Looks like Hawkins is about to sound a little different. Netflix has officially announced Stranger Things Tales from 85, a brand new animated series set to arrive in 2026. But here's the twist. The familiar voices of Eleven, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and the rest of the gang won't be the ones you remember. That's right, Netflix is recasting the entire main cast. And while that might sound risky at first, there's actually a smart, creative reason behind the decision. The new series reimagines Hawkins in the icy winter between seasons 2 and 3, dropping the town into yet another supernatural crisis. You'll still see Eleven, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Will, Max, and Hopper, but this time you'll hear a completely new set of voices. The idea is to craft a version of Hawkins that feels both familiar and fresh, one that taps into the spirit of the original show, but with the flexibility and style of animation. So who's behind the mic this time? The recast lineup introduces Brooklyn Davy Norstedt as Eleven, Luca Diaz as Mike, Braxton Quinney as Dustin, E.J. Williams as Lucas, Ben Plasala as Will, and Jolie Huang Rappaport as Max. Hopper will be voiced by Brett Gibson. These are all young, emerging talents, many of them early in their careers, but that's exactly what gives this project its spark. With fresh voices, the characters can be shaped specifically for animation, giving room for new interpretations and expressions that might not work in live action. Netflix has also brought in a strong supporting cast, including Odessa Azian, Janine Garofalo, and Lou Diamond Phillips. And with the Duffer Brothers and Sean Levy still serving as executive producers, fans can relax knowing the original creative DNA is intact.
With animation, there's really no limits. Eric and his team can just go wild.
But let's talk about the big question. Why recast it all? After all, the original Stranger Things cast is iconic. Millie Bobby Brown's Eleven, Finn Wolfhard's Mike, and Gaten Matarazzo's Dustin helped define the show. However, there are a few very practical reasons for the switch. First, the original actors have grown up. The series takes place between seasons 2 and 3, but the actors are now adults. Their voices no longer match their younger counterparts. Keeping the same cast would make the animated version sound inconsistent. Second, schedules and costs come into play. The live-action stars are now tied up in major film projects, and voice acting contracts are completely separate from traditional acting deals. In short, it wouldn't make financial or logistical sense for Netflix to bring everyone back for a full animated production. Another reason is creative freedom. Animation operates differently than live action. It thrives on exaggerated emotion, timing, and pacing. Having new voice actors gives the creative team freedom to experiment without being tied down to how a character should sound based on live-action performances. And before fans start worrying, remember, this isn't the first time such a move has worked wonders. Look at Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi were voiced by different actors than in the films, and yet those versions became fan favorites in their own right. They even deepened the characters in ways the live-action movies didn't. The same thing could happen here. Tales from 85 could expand the emotional and supernatural layers of the Stranger Things universe in a completely new way. Animation also allows for bigger, stranger storytelling. While the live-action show had to balance realism and budget, animation opens up infinite creative possibilities. We might see more of the upside down, new creatures, and a darker tone that pushes the boundaries of what Stranger Things can be. So no, this recast isn't a red flag. It's a sign that the Duffer Brothers are trying something bold. They're not replacing the cast we love. They're reimagining the world we love through a different lens. It's like reading a new chapter of a favorite book series. Same world, same heart, but told in a fresh, exciting voice. And if you think about it, that's kind of poetic. When Stranger Things first premiered, its cast was made up of unknowns. Millie, Finn, Gaten, Caleb, and the rest were new faces who went on to become stars. Now, a new generation of young actors gets to step into those same shoes. Or rather, step behind the mic and carry that torch forward.
We keep pretending we're normal, but nothing in Hawkins is normal.
With Tales from 85, Netflix isn't trying to replace the past. It's celebrating it while paving the way for the future of the franchise. If it works, this animated spin-off could give fans a whole new side of Hawkins to fall in love with. One that's nostalgic, daring, and full of surprises. So, what do you think? Are you ready to hear new voices in Hawkins? Will you give Stranger Things Tales from 85 a chance? Or do you think the magic can't be recaptured? Tell us in the comments, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube for more updates on this exciting new chapter in the Stranger Things universe.
So our story takes place between seasons 2 and 3, but we soon learn that nothing is quite as they thought it was.